guys, welcome back to Strong Successful Male. So for today in the Ask SSM video series, gotta do an update to a video I covered yesterday, which was titled, After 3 years of dating, my girlfriend revealed she participated in a 2.5-year sausage fest post-divorce. As a real quick recap, guys, that's about the guy, mid-40s, divorced, has kids, and for the last 4 years he's been seeing this woman. He says she's his girlfriend, has been having a great time with her, fun and cool and all that. And 3 years into the relationship, she, while having drinks, revealed some dirt about her past. You all recall that after her divorce, where she said her husband cheated on her, for 2.5 years she went buck wild with the dudes, claiming she slept with 30 dudes, which immediately I said, no way, that number is way too small. And on top of that, all these guys never wore condoms. She said she was on the pill, and they finished inside her. Oh, how nice. And apparently, according to him, she loves giving BJs. Well, we all like girls like that, but the thing is, since she obviously really likes cum, I'm sure a lot of that's, may circulate through her system after the BJs. So that left this guy a little stomach turning. And guess what? After a year later, he can't get over this. He decided to give it a year. Guess what? He's thinking about this all the time, disgusted, frustrated, annoyed, all these things. And I said to him in the video, she waited 3 years until she knew you were invested, obviously feelings for her, then revealed and hoping you weren't going anywhere. As a lot do that. Bait and switch, whatever you want to call it, all on purpose. Because I guarantee the other guys were like, see ya, but she saw you as a guy who could be a relationship guy. And I recommended kick her to the curb, move on. Or if you could, demote her to friends with benefits, nothing more. Anyhow, he is reporting in because he watched the video, read lots of comments, and he's going to give me more information on the situation, respond to questions you guys had. So, because a lot of you guys watched this video, there's a lot of views for a typical Ask SSM video. So I'm going to go over this, and maybe we again can get some info to help this dude out. So he says here, Dear SSM, thanks again for sharing my story. I only counted one smack, so I think I got off lightly. You did get off lightly, sir. I was in a merciful mood, merciful Monday. I was glad of your input and thought, and I thought I would address some of the major popular comments by the people who kindly took time to comment. I'm not sure if this is worthy of a follow-up, but you can decide. It's worthy. Okay, the first question he got, or one of the many questions he got was, have I spoken to the ex-husband to validate my girlfriend's story? That's something I wanted to know. And he says yes. I met him a few times, and we get along okay. Her story is true. In fact, when she kicked him out of the house, he immediately moved in with his affair partner. Okay. Who knows? I mean, the guy is a cheater and a liar, maybe, but I don't see why he has incentive to not tell you the truth or anything. They obviously have to be cordial for their kids and all that, but okay. Next question. Is she likely sleeping with guys on the 12 days we don't see each other? In his story, guys, remember he said that they see each other every 2 weeks. And they'll get together, I guess, for a weekend. One weekend he'll go up to her place. Another weekend she'll come up to his, because they got kids and all that type of thing, and she's a single mom. But that's it, which doesn't sound like girlfriend material to me. He says, even though she married young, she had kids quite late, so her kids are still young. She has custody of them for those 12 days, then her ex takes them every second weekend. These are the weekends that we meet up. She also works during the day while they're at school, childcare, etc. So if she did want to meet other guys, her opportunities are very limited. I should also point out that she doesn't work with any men. She works with a small female-owned business with female clientele. Well, bro, if you've been watching me for a while, and as a lot of you guys know, believe me, it is amazing, it's borderline miraculous, how women that could seem to have an ultra-tight schedule and no possible room to meet other guys or make time for them, magically, as if they have fucking some Harry Potter magic, can meet a guy someplace and some way, somehow, have some hookup time. I'm just not buying, because this is actually a long-distance relationship, which is dumb. And I just don't imagine her, given her history with all those dudes prior to the you guys getting together, that suddenly, okay, I got out of my system. Guys can get things out of their system, but women, the pair bonding goes by a long time ago. And she's in her 40s. And women get deeply insecure when they get to 30, let alone 40. They want to know they still got it. Do guys still want them? I don't think that she was able to turn that off. He also says some comments have implied that I'm a simp or afraid of being alone, and I can understand why. However, after my own divorce, I became R-pilled, at least to a certain degree, he says, which is why I refuse to ever live with a woman again, let alone marry one. Okay, well, good for you. Why would you? You're in your mid-40s. You obviously make enough income that you don't need a roommate. So why would you? Because this way, then, any girlfriend you have, knowing darn well or believing that you're not going to marry them and let them move in, you're always going to be that guy that's a challenge. Because you know, all women think, oh, I'll get him to change his mind. Ha, ha, ha. I'll seduce him with the pussy. I'll seduce him with the BJs. Well, it ain't working. So good for you there. In my first email, I indicated that I'm a relationship guy. Well, maybe that's only half truth. I'm happy to see my girlfriend for only 2 days every fortnight because I'm enjoying my time either alone, hanging out with my bros, or with my kids who I share 50% custody of. In that case, man, she's a long-distance girlfriend. And even then, I use the word girlfriend lightly because I'm sure she probably uses boyfriend lightly with you. This chick sounds more like a friends with benefits every couple weeks, which, frankly, someone like her, that's what she is, in my opinion. I don't have much time or patience for one-night stands. I did indulge a lot in the 6 months after my divorce, but grew tired of it. So the idea of a long-distance relationship appealed to me. I saw it as the best of both worlds. Somewhat regular sex with a regular partner without mundane cohabitation with a live-in girlfriend. Rest assured, if I ever were to discover that she has cheated on me, it'd be an immediate split. Absolutely no question. I'm aware that women have difficulty pair bonding if they slept around, so that is something I'm not ignorant of. Well, I'm glad you're aware of that, and, well, my friend, she's definitely had her share of hot dogs and sausages and candy canes and anything else I can throw in there. Popsicles. I don't want to sound brash, but I have no trouble attracting women. I'm 6'1", considered good looking, and I'm in good shape for years of gym going. If I went back on the apps, I'm sure I'd have a date by the weekend. But it's not just what I'm interested in anymore. No, it's okay if you know hey dude, you take care of yourself and girls like you and everything. Okay, you're not sounding like some bragging douchebag. You're just making it clear. Another question. Did I look for red flags? He says, yes, I did. She comes from a good family and has no daddy issues. Her friends are all nice, married women with kids. She's also not addicted to social media, so I couldn't see any obvious red flags. Obviously, her post-divorce body count has become a huge red flag. Okay, so you obviously have met her family a few times. You've seen how they interact. It seems healthy and positive and loving, so that's a really good thing. Good there. We all want that. You see that she's not addicted to social media. She's not always glued to her phone. Either that's the truth, and that's great, or she has incredible self-discipline to not do that when you're around. I have to say it. What else did you say was a good thing? No daddy issues. That's good. But then you said all her friends are these, what did you say here? Nice married women with kids. Well, it's a lot of times these nice married women with kids friends that are, they themselves up to no good. So be careful there. To describe her, she's an attractive, tall, slim brunette who looks younger than her age. She's a regular gym goer to keep herself in good shape. I've never seen her once in a bad mood. She's always joking and laughing. And yes, we have great sex life, including all the wild stuff. Oh, I'm sure you get a lot of wild stuff. And hey, you know what? Great. And you said that she's in her 40s, mid-40s. So if you said for her age, she looks darn good and she looks younger than her age and she's hitting the gym all the time, well, I say good for her. I just don't like the fact that she fucking lied to you, lying by omission all those years, until you started having feelings for her and all that. But it sounds like, at least according to you, you're not as attached as the impression I got in your first email. Maybe you're trying to make yourself look a little bit better. I don't know, but I have to just mention that. But you said that you never once seen her in a bad mood in 3 years, always laughing and joking, having a good time. Well, that's great. But here's the thing. Anybody who's been in a relationship knows darn well that one of the things comes along with a relationship is that women will go to you when they're having a bad day. You know, her boss is pissing her off. You're going to hear about it. She doesn't like that woman, on the cubicle next to her, in the office next to her. Every woman has one woman they hate who they work with, that bitch down the hall or something like that. You're going to hear about that. And any number of things that are is on her mind that she wants to bitch about. So it tells me, and the way that you never see that or see her in a bad mood is you're the guy she goes to have fun. And that doesn't sound like boyfriend material to me. That's just been my experience. When you have a relationship, you're going to get the positive, but you're also going to get some of the negative shit. On our first date, I did actually ask her about her dating history. And she said she dated a couple of guys non-seriously for about 4 to 6 weeks, and otherwise went on a bunch of dates. A couple guys? Really? She lied to you. At the time, I foolishly thought that meant that she just met those guys on actual dates and decided not to pursue anything. I figured she might have slept with a couple of them, as well as the 2 guys she dated for a few weeks. In my head, I thought the number would have been around 5 guys total. Well, imagine your surprise when what you thought at best 5 dudes turned into the number 30, which she gave you, which, again, according to the wisdom of American Pie 2, I'm sure you guys know I'm talking about that scene with that girl, and she explains, when a guy says his number, divide by 3, because guys always exaggerate, because, we want to have high numbers to make ourselves look cool. Whatever number a woman gives, multiply times 3, because then it will look like a bunch of hoe bags. So that's why you got 30, and that's probably 90, 100. And here's the thing, with that number 30, is that full on going all the way, full on? Or is there a separate category for BJs? The guy she kind of likes, so she only gave him a BJ, but didn't go all the way, that type of thing. And I got to know, are there any threesomes in there, or yes, I deserve a smack for being naive. Another smack for not asking her to clarify her body count in the early days of our relationship. She told me a year ago about the 30 guys because I felt I just needed to know for sure. So I asked her outright, after a few drinks, how many people in total she slept with since her divorce. Well, that's interesting that something was obviously bugging you, that you weren't quite buying the story she gave you early on. And there you go. When you're expecting a number in the 5 to 6 range, but hear 30 instead, it's quite a gut punch. Well, I'm surprised you kept seeing her. I mean, I guess the ass was that good. And I guess you liked your arrangement. Okay, I'll see her for basically 4 days a month. So you meet up, never any drama, never any bullshit, never any arguments, never any bad moods. Just hooking up, get out of your system, go back home, live your life. Again, if you can handle the friends and benefits, it seems like that was your best situation with her. I don't know how you weren't like, are you fucking kidding me? And no protection? Anyway, I think that covers most of it. I need to take the comments on board and work out what I need to do. I definitely need to remove some of the emotion and stop treating this as a serious relationship. You need to, man. After all, how serious can a long-distance relationship ever be? Yeah, 4-year long-distance relationship. If I decide to stay with her, then I will need to demote the relationship to friends with benefit type of situation and focus my energy more on my kids, hobbies, and work. I have plenty of food for thought. Thanks again, SSM, and keep up the good work. So there you go, guys. It wasn't technically an update, but it was more info in the situation that a lot of you guys were curious about and invested your time in commenting and offering suggestions and good, bad, or ugly on. So that's why I did it. And yeah, dude, to me, she needs to be demoted to friends with benefits. Nothing much. I mean, here's the thing. Yeah, she lied to you. Absolutely, because you said you asked her and she gave you that bullshit lie. And I love to know what she said when she finally told you the truth. Well, told you a different number, that 30, and oh, by the way, never wore protection. Oh, no, by the way, what her bullshit excuse was. Then you didn't mention any waterworks. I'm sure there was some so sorries and some tears in there. But if you can, I honestly, that would be it for me, let alone imagining her with Chad and Tyrone times 50 just in that time period, and Chad and Tyrone's love juice and all parts of her, like that scene in Ted 2, I'm talking about there. I'm talking about scene in Ted 2, and that wouldn't sit well with me. But it's your life. But at the very least, I would say if you're going to see her, I would demote her to friends with benefits. It's a long distance relationship, they don't work, and this is not the girl that you fall in love with. And it doesn't sound like you're in love with her. It sounds like you enjoy having a good time with her and enjoy getting some good ass 4 days of the month and back to your own life. And you obviously sound like a guy, middle-aged like me, perfectly good on your own, living by yourself with your kids, your bros, your hobbies, your kids. There you go. Your dog, your cat. I don't know if you're a dog or cat person. I'm sure you're one or the other. But I would definitely do some thinking on this and go from there. And if there's any updates down the road with her, whether you decide, let me know. You know, at the end of the day, man, it's your life. Do what makes you happy. Just be careful. And I might add, if you haven't done so already, check with your doctor. Make sure there's any things crawling around there. We don't want any of that. And just be careful and go from there. So I wish you all the best. And anything new, send me an update. All right, guys, as ever today, please comment down below. Let me know what you think about this. Guys, if you think he needs to, I want to hear in the comment section. Do you think he should demote her friends with benefits and keep it that way? Or B, move on. She crossed the line with the lying and amongst all the gory details and all that, and just time to cut ties and move on. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Let him know what you think and your reasons why. Again, the more you give feedback here, you definitely help a guy out, and this will help other guys that perhaps might find themselves in a situation related to this one day. I'm sure you like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe. I'll catch you next time.